Of course, you guys know I am praying for Ukraine, hardcore. Then I find myself praying for the enemies too. I think the thing that hit just as hard as the devastation and destruction we've seen were the acts of kindness from the Ukrainians towards the soldiers, like feeding them and taking care of their wounds and letting them talk to their moms through their cell phones. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, you don't hear about that anymore. I just want to switch gears. I do want to bless the saints, bless you guys with personal revelation, I guess. And I have an illustration. Nice. We're going to be looking at Luke chapter 18. This is going to be short, but hopefully it'll be impactful. But if not, then some years down the road it'll be impactful. Hopefully. Receive it anyway. Okay. And Luke chapter 18, starting with verse 35. During this point in Jesus' ministry, he's going through different cities, and he's coming upon different people that have different illnesses, different things that's going wrong with them, and he's healing them, and he's blessing them, and people are following him and worshiping him. And I want to look at this particular passage, and I've titled this "Trusting Jesus with Sight." Trusting Jesus with sight. Verse 35, then it happened as Jesus was coming near Jericho that a certain blind man sat by the road begging. And hearing a multitude passing by, he asked what it meant. So they told him that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. And he cried out, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Then those who went before warned him that he should be quiet. But he cried out all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. So Jesus stood still and commanded him to be brought to him. And when he had come near, he asked him, saying, what do you want me to do for you? The man said, Lord, that I may receive my sight. Then Jesus said to him, receive your sight. Your faith has made you well. And immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw this, gave praise to God. Something that just occurred to me was in verse 43, where after the man was healed, then the people rejoiced with him. Before, they wanted to keep that blessing from happening. Just a little insight. So let's focus on verse 41, verses 41 and 42. Jesus asked the blind man, what do you want me to do for you? And he said, Lord, that I may receive my sight. Then Jesus said to him, receive your sight. Your faith has made you well. You think it would have been obvious for Jesus to see what was wrong with the man? But Jesus did this other times in the Word, where he's come across people and he asks them, well, what do you want? What in particular do you want? Do you want to be made well? Me, I can do anything your faith is entrusting me to. What do you want from me? The man could have asked Jesus for anything other than his sight. The man could have asked for a seeing eye dog, money or wealth, food, a faithful friend, a wife, warmer clothes, a walking stick, new shoes. He could ask them for anything. In the end, Jesus blesses the man with his sight, and he immediately followed Jesus and glorified God. So for us being spiritually blinded could appear in one of two ways, or both. Number one, we don't see what Jesus sees, or number two, we don't believe what Jesus sees. You guys catch that? Either we don't see what Jesus sees, or we don't believe what he sees. I need a volunteer. Nikki? Um, okay. Stand back to me. Tell me what you see.
Piano, some speakers, a camera, red guitar, a stand, and blue book,
Is that it?
and a case.
Anything else?
Brick wall, the windows, and not you.
Ooh, okay. Yes. Now, try not to help because this is the illustration that's meant for you guys. Me facing this direction, I see a wall, windows, not the same windows because I'm facing a different direction. I see vents, I see carpets, I see stand, microphones, plants, exit signs, speakers, part of a crowd, cups, hand sanitizer, napkins. Andre, I see Andre. I see his wife. I see people in purple. But you get the idea. He has to trust that I see what I'm seeing. And I have to trust that he's seeing what he's seeing. So him praying to Jesus, and of course I don't have the shoes, the sandals to fill Jesus' feet, but just as a point, he has to be real with himself to tell the Lord, this is all I'm seeing. I can only see what's in front of me. I can't see beyond what I'm seeing. Me telling him, or the Lord telling him, would be, there's so much more I'm seeing. And you have to believe that. You have to trust that. Stay here. Okay, back to back again. Turn facing the crowd. Come back this way. Now tell me what you see.
I see the crowd, I see chairs, coats, footing, the projector, the clock, the exit sign, the vents, the windows, the lights, the pulpit, your Bible, yellow folder, papers, mic stand, case, and Luke 18:42.
Nice. I see vision. I see an upward call. Of course, I physically see a screen, but I'm also seeing what it means. I'm seeing an illustration of a Bible, and I'm seeing letters, which I'm seeing an open word, an open book. I'm trying to speak to you. I'm seeing instruments. You're going to hear me at some point. That points to worship. I see a plant. I see trees of life. A lot of these physical things, stay here. A lot of these physical things have deeper meanings. So just because you see physical things in front of you, Jesus can use it as a spiritual meaning for your life. Okay, let me see here. Excuse me for my sweatiness. This hoodie is very high quality. It's like, okay, face the audience again. Come here. Face the audience. Now, I'm going to try to hold the microphone as I do this. But I have in my hand a sleeping mask, which will illustrate, and you'll get to keep this at the end, which will illustrate the covering, or what sin might do in your life. You worried about his hair?
I can't see
Exactly. Okay, so when you're deep in sin, no wonder you can't see. Yeah, no wonder you can't see the Lord. No offense. Um, exactly. Okay, so sin has a way of blinding us to God's truth and goodness. Satan has a way of blinding us to the deceptive ways that sin destroys us. Other people have a way of blinding us to God's directions for us. Tell me what you see again. What else? What else? How else would you describe it? Okay, that's one of my words. What else would? Okay. Go deeper.
Okay.
Think life. Think future. Okay.
Let's see. I feel blind. Like I feel like nothing. Like there's just nothing.
I see everything you can't see. Think about this though. This is the Lord talking to you. You know, you in the midst of your sin, or in the midst of your anxiety, in the midst of your pain, in the midst of your captivity, you see nothing, or you may see four walls. You know, but you don't see anything. God says, "I see everything beyond that." Okay, stay here. Follow my voice.
You want to speak?
Follow my voice. Follow my voice. So for those who couldn't see via the internet, I asked Akeem here to follow my voice, and I walked around to a midpoint of the sanctuary. And I was just guiding him by my voice. And I led you at each step. I tried to guide you just using my voice. What is it that you want from me?
Eyes to see, ears to hear.
Okay? Well, receive your sight. Nice. Now go and worship the Lord. So there's so much more to this story, and there's so much more to what Jesus does. He guides you at certain steps, and he's loud and clear, but there are other times where he's silent. You need to trust, first of all, you need to be familiar with Jesus' voice, and then follow it. In conclusion, notice the things that have happened. Hakeem reached out, he watched his step, and he went slow. He took his time. There's no sin against that. He followed my directions. He stepped out in faith, and he didn't give up, though he may have gotten anxiety or became unsure about where you were going or where you're going to end up. Was that the case or no? Okay. But here's the most important lesson. It doesn't matter that you won't always know where Jesus is going to take you, but as long as you are faithfully following his familiar voice, wherever you end up, Jesus is going to be there with you. Amen? Okay, we need to learn to get to the point where Jesus is home. You catch that? No matter where you go, Jesus is home because he's with you. That's all I have.